believe on that?
Not really, but maybe.
Okay. How about you, Nazirke? Have you watched the video fully?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This video was about how to develop some new skills.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose some skill, you must deconstruct for the many skills and choose one. Which one is the more important? And working and developing these skills to have a good achievement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you believe on this idea that you can learn anything in 20 hours?
I think for the basic level, it's true, but to be expert, you need a lot of more time.
More time. Okay. Got it. So, okay, did you learn from here the new words from this video? The main idea about that you need to learn new words from there. And so this is the idea about that you can learn anything in 20 hours, find about the new skills. Did you do that? No? Yes, no?
Can you repeat, please?
So there was a new vocabulary about skill acquisition. You need to get familiar with this vocabulary. Then you have to watch and discuss about it. So what's the motivations for learning, I don't know, to play in guitar or something like that? So discuss about it. And the topic about did you have a frustration barrier that he mentioned in his video? Frustration barrier. Do you know what's it? Frustration barrier. Yes, no? Guys, Aidana, you were in these lessons. Do you know what's it? Frustration barrier? Yes, no? What's happening? Why you are not active today?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Разочарование.
Да. Сейчас давайте я вот так сделаю. Интересно, получится у меня? Как я пойму, у меня идет запись? Все. Смотрите, давайте тогда чуть-чуть быстренько пройдемся по словам из этого видео. Дальше продолжим, хорошо? Мне важно, чтобы вы понимали. How about understanding the video? Is it easy for you to understand without subtitles? Is it easy for you?
2 years ago, my life changed forever.
Is it easy for you to understand him without subtitles?
Yes, more of the information is understandable, but some words it's hard.
Hard.
Yes.
Окей. Вот сейчас видно?
Yes.
А почему он меня на русском показывает? Ну, тогда вот здесь мы поставим субтитры. Английские субтитры, да.
My wife Kelsey and I welcomed our daughter Leela into the world. Now, becoming a parent is an amazing, amazing experience. Your whole world changes overnight, and all of your priorities change immediately, so fast that it makes it really difficult to process sometimes. Now, you also have to learn a tremendous amount about being a parent. Like, for example, how to
So here the word tremendous. It's clear for you? Tremendous. Tremendous. You have to learn tremendous amount of being a parent. It's clear for you? The word tremendous. Это означает множество, огромный, да, получается? Yeah? Tremendous. Мгм. Вот так видно же, да, если вот сразу переводы видите, да? Yes?
Yeah.
You also have to learn a tremendous amount about being a parent. Like, for example, how to dress your child. This was new to me. This is an actual outfit. I thought this was a good idea. And even Leela knows that it's not a good idea. So there was so much to learn and so much craziness all at once. And to add to the craziness, Kelsey and I both work from home.
And to add, это у нас переводится вдобавок, да? And to add.
We're entrepreneurs. We run our own businesses. So
Entrepreneurs — это у нас предприниматели, да? Пишется entrepreneurs, но произносим его entrepreneurs. You see? Yeah?
Okay.
Kelsey is develops courses online for yoga teachers. I'm an author. And so I'm working for home. Kelsey's working for home. We have an infant, and we're trying to make sure that everything gets done that needs done. And life is really, really, really busy. And a couple weeks into this amazing experience, when the sleep deprivation really kicked in.
Sleep deprivation. Это нехватка сна, да? Да. Deprivation — это нехватка. Как синоним слова lack. Lack. Sleep deprivation — это нехватка сна, да? Угу. Как мы скажем, например, там, нехватка еды?
Food deprivation.
Угу. Ну, понятно, закрепили, да? Lack. Угу. Okay.
Like around week 8, I had this thought, and it was the same thought that parents across the ages internationally, everybody has had this thought, which is, I am never going to have free time ever again. And somebody said it's true. Yeah, it's not exactly true, but it feels really, really true in that moment. And this was really disconcerting to me because
Disconcerting to me. Disconcerting — это замешательство, да? Как синоним слова confusing. Disconcerting. Окей? Concern — это как тревога о чем-то, да? Disconcerting — это замешательство. It was really disconcerting to me. Зафиксировали себе? Disconcerting.
And this was really disconcerting to me because one of the things that I enjoy more than anything else is learning new things, getting curious about something and diving in.
Curious. Понятно же, да? Getting curious. Становиться любопытно, да? Getting curious. Diving in. Diving — это не только вот мы как activity, sport activity, а еще мы можем сказать как погружение в знания, diving in knowledge. Yeah? Okay.
Getting curious about something and diving in and fiddling around and learning through trial and error.
Fiddling around — это разбираться. Как синоним слова sorting out. Типа разбираться в чем-то, да? Fiddling around. Угу. Методом пробы ошибок это называется learning through trial and error. Yeah? Through trial and error. Методом проб и ошибок. Did you write down? Did you fix it?
Yes.
Aidana, are you with me?
Yes.
Did you know all these phrases?
And eventually becoming pretty good at something. And without this free time, I didn't know how I was ever going to do that ever again. And so I'm a big geek. I want to keep learning things. I want to keep growing. And so what I decided to do was go to the library and go to the bookstore and look at what research says about how we learn and how we learn quickly. And I read a bunch of books, I read a bunch of websites, and trying to answer this question, how long does it take to acquire a new skill?
Acquire a new skill — это как синоним слова get.
Осваивать.
Да, да. Осваивать, получить. Ага.
You know what I found? 10,000 hours. Anybody ever heard this? 10,000. It takes 10,000 hours. If you want to learn something new, if you want to be good at it, it's going to take 10,000 hours to get there. And I read this in book after book and website after website, and my mental experience of reading all of this stuff was like, no, I don't have time. I don't have 10,000 hours. I am never going to be able to learn anything new ever again. But that's not true. So 10,000 hours, just to give you a rough order of magnitude, 10,000 hours is a full-time job for 5 years. That's a long time. And we've all had the experience of learning something new, and it didn't take us anywhere close to that amount of time, right? So what's up? There's something kind of funky going on here. What the research says and what we expect and have experiences, they don't match up. And what I found, here's the wrinkle. The 10,000 hour rule came out of studies of expert level performance. There was a professor at Florida State University. His name is K. Anders Ericsson. He's the originator of the 10,000 hour rule. And where that came from is he studied professional athletes, world-class musicians, chess grandmasters, all of these ultra-competitive folks in ultra-high-performing fields, and he tried to figure out how long does it take to get to the top of those kinds of fields. And what he found is the more deliberate practice, the more time that those individuals spent practicing the elements of whatever it is that they do, what he found is the more deliberate practice, the more time.
Deliberate — этот более осознанный, да? Deliberate practice. Deliberate. Зафиксировали? Deliberate.
Can you show again?
Yeah, here. Deliberate. Deliberate practice. Более осознанной практики. Более такой, ну, типа как тщательный, да, можно также перевести. Ага.
What he found is the more deliberate practice, the more time that those individuals spent practicing the elements of whatever it is that they do, the more time you spend, the better you get. And the folks at the tippy top of their fields put in around 10,000 hours of practice. Now, we were talking about the game of telephone a little bit earlier. Here's what happened. An author by the name of Malcolm Gladwell wrote a book in 2007 called Outliers, the Story of Success. And the centerpiece of that book was the 10,000 hour rule. Practice a lot, practice well, and you will do extremely well. You reach the top of your field. So the message, what Dr. Ericsson was actually saying is, it takes 10,000 hours to get to the top of an ultra-competitive field in a very narrow subject. That's what that means. But here's what happened. Ever since Outliers came out, immediately came out, reached the top of the bestseller list, stayed there for 3 solid months. All of a sudden, the 10,000 hour rule was everywhere. And a society-wide game of telephone started to be played. So this message, it takes 10,000 hours to reach the top of an ultra-competitive field, became, it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at something. Which became, it takes 10,000 hours to become good at something. Which became, it takes 10,000 hours to learn something. But that last statement, it takes 10,000 hours to learn something, it's not true. It's not true. So, what the research actually says, if I spent a lot of time here at the CSU library in the cognitive psychology stacks, because I'm a geek. And when you actually look at the studies of skill acquisition, you see
Skill acquisition — это у нас уже более... А слово acquire — это глагол, acquisition — это у нас как существительное, да? Это у нас будет приобретение навыка. Skill acquisition.
over and over and over a graph like this. Now, researchers, whether they're studying a motor skill, something you do physically, or a mental skill, they like to study things that they can time, because you can quantify that, right? So they'll give research participants a little task, something that requires physical arrangement or something that requires learning a little mental trick, and they'll time how long a participant takes to complete the skill. And here's what this graph says. When you start, so when researchers gave participants a task, it took them a really long time because it was new and they were horrible. With a little bit of practice, they get better and better and better, and that early part of practice is really, really efficient. People get good at things with just a little bit of practice. Now, what's interesting to note is that if, we don't really, for skills that we want to learn for ourselves, we don't care so much about time, right? We just care about how good we are, whatever good happens to mean. So if we relabel performance time to how good you are, the graph flips, and you get this famous and widely known, this is the learning curve. And the story of the learning curve is when you start, you're grossly incompetent and you know it, right? With a little bit of practice, you get really good really quick. So that early level of improvement is really fast. And then at a certain point, you reach a plateau, and the subsequent gains become much harder to get. They take more time to get. Now, my question is, I want that, right? How long does it take from starting something and being grossly incompetent and knowing it to being reasonably good in, hopefully, as short a period of time as possible? So, how long does that take? Here's what my research says. 20 hours. That's it. You can go from knowing nothing about any skill that you can think of. Want to learn a language? Want to learn how to draw? Want to learn how to juggle flaming chainsaws? If you put 20 hours of focused, deliberate practice into that thing, you will be astounded at how good you are.
Astounded — это поразиться, да? You'll be astounded. Как слово есть astonishing, есть же такое, да? Это глагол astounded, поразитесь. Типа поразительно astonishing, а здесь поразиться astounded.
You will be astounded at how good you are. 20 hours is doable. That's about 45 minutes a day for about a month, even skipping a couple days here and there. 20 hours isn't that hard to accumulate. Now, there's a method to doing this, because it's not like you can just start fiddling around for about 20 hours and expect these massive improvements. There's a way to practice intelligently. There's a way to practice efficiently that will make sure that you invest those 20 hours in the most effective way that you possibly can. And here's the method. It applies to anything. The first is to deconstruct the skill. Decide exactly what you want to be able to do when you're done, and then look into the skill and break it down.
Deconstruct — это проанализировать, да? Первое.
Into smaller and smaller pieces. Most of the things that we think of as skills are actually big bundles of skills that require all sorts of different things. The more you can break apart the skill, the more you're able to decide what are the parts of this skill that will actually help me get to what I want, and then you can practice those first. And if you practice the most important things first, you'll be able to improve your performance in the least amount of time possible. The second is learn enough to self-correct. So get 3 to 5 resources.
Learn enough to self-correct. It's a second step, right?
about what it is you're trying to learn. Could be books, could be DVDs, could be courses, could be anything. But don't use those as a way to procrastinate on practice. I know I do this, right? Get like 20 books about the topic. It's like, I'm gonna start learning how to program a computer when I complete these 20 books. No, that's procrastination. What you want to do is learn just
Helen Hadsell was able to win any competition she took part in. She was known as the contest queen.
enough that you can actually practice and self-correct or self-edit as you practice. So the learning becomes a way of getting better at noticing when you're making a mistake and then doing something a little different. The third is to remove barriers to practice. Distractions, television, internet, all of these things that get in the way of you actually sitting down and
Remove practice barriers. This one, yeah? Это называется, как называется? Ну, барьеры, да? Барьеры фрустрации или барьеры, то, что мешает вам практиковать.
doing the work. And the more you're able to use just a little bit of willpower to remove
Willpower — это у нас сила воли, да? Willpower пишется слитно. Сила воли. Willpower.
the more you're able to use just a little bit of willpower to remove the distractions that are keeping you from practicing, the more likely you are to actually sit down and practice, right? And the fourth is to practice for at least 20 hours. Now, most skills have what I call a frustration barrier. You know, the grossly incompetent knowing it part. That's really, really frustrating. We don't like to feel stupid. And feeling stupid is a barrier to us actually sitting down and doing the work. So by pre-committing to practicing whatever it is that you want to do for at least 20 hours, you will be able to overcome that initial frustration barrier and stick with the practice long enough to actually reap the rewards. All right, that's it. It's not rocket science. 4 very simple steps that you can use to learn anything. Now, this is easy to talk about in theory, but it's more fun to talk about in practice. So one of the things that I've wanted to learn how to do for a long time is play the ukulele. Has anybody seen Jake Shimabukuro's TED Talk where he plays the ukulele and makes it sound like he's like an ukulele god? It's amazing. It's like I saw that. It's like, that is so cool. It's such a neat instrument. I would really like to learn how to. I wanted to put 20 hours in order to practice. You have to have one, right? Thank you, sir. I think so. The first couple hours, I had to figure out how to put those on. Now, one of the things when I was ready to.
So here you understand. So he's talking about theory about first 20 hours that you can learn anything just to start to practice it. And there are 4 main steps, right? What kind of main steps? You got it. What he identified as the main steps, guys?
To construct the skills,
Mm-hmm.
the learn enough and self-controlling.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Remove the barriers, yeah? Practice barriers.
remove the barriers and then practice 20 hours.
Yeah, practice 20 hours. This is a 4 steps, the main that helps you to get a new skill, right? Can you sing that you can learn anything in 20 hours, something new that you didn't try before?
Maybe yes.
Mm-hmm. What kind of new skill would you like to start in 20 hours?
I want to learn drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the skill is important at school when you do some project. And I want to develop and learn something new in drawing and painting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you would like to learn something new, like drawing in 20 hours, right?
Yes.
So first of all, you analyze. Yeah. So what would you like to learn? The second one is like you will learn enough to get a self-correction, right? So third is remove the barrier, like a phone, TikTok, or something. And fourth is just practice 20 hours, 45 minutes during the month. Okay. So can you think that it's no, you're not expert, but you get something new during the months. Do you think it's a possible, or what kind of frustration barriers can be when you start something new?
It can be better, like it's not so good.
Mm-hmm.
I have a good results.
Mm-hmm. I should have
I'm
that. Uh-huh.
Mhm. Um, I should have more practice or something like this.
Mm. Mm-hmm. So generally, you'll have a kind of like a frustration barriers, yeah? So it means like, oh, I'm not good enough. It's not good that I think, oh, I can do anything, yeah? This kind of things like frustration barriers. Okay. Um, what kind of learner are you? You are more visual, audio, or hands-on?
Me, I need a lot of practice with hands-on. It's
Mhm.
good for remember anything.
Got it. How about you, Aidana?
I'm more hands-on and visual.
Hmm. Mhm. Would you like to try to learn something in 20 hours during this month? Mm-hmm. Aidana, would you like to get a new skill, like a new skill acquisition?
Um, maybe yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like practicing my develop my skills like in volleyball or in Chinese.
Mm-hmm. So you have to choose one. Which one would you like to choose? Chinese or valuable?
Um, volleyball.
Maybe you'll try the Chinese and then you'll show us that it's possible 20 hours to learn Chinese. No? You don't want it?
Maybe.
Okay. Do you feel motivated after watching this video, like try something new?
To be honest, not at all.
What was surprising in this video?
Uh, it was interesting to like how he understand that we need only 20 hours of practicing to learn something new.
Mhm. Can you get it as a homework, like, try something new? Just 2 hours, not 20, just 2 hours. Spend 2 hours and say what was difficult to start, what was, I don't know, what went, what goes well. Yeah? Can you try something maybe in 2 hours next time and share your experience? Okay?
Okay.
Nazirke, how about you? Do you feel get motivated after watching this video? Or I don't know, to try something new?
Yes, because I know some new technique to learn something new at the 20 hours, and it's good to develop some skills or know something new in
Mhm.
1 month.
What was surprising in this video for you?
I can get a basic knowledge in 1 month to some in new sphere, what I never do.
Okay, can you try just for 2 hours and next time to share your experience? What will go well, or I don't know, what was difficult to you? Okay?
Okay, I have a question. It's something new or something what I do orally?
No. We are trying to just, check in the experience and practice. Can we learn something new? Can we get a new skill? Can we acquire a new skill? So, for example, you want to draw, try drawing 2 hours and say what was difficult, what goes well.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's move on to the speaking part. Let me share with you the screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Today I would like to talk with you about hobbies and interests. Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of the word started, I started, for example, learning Chinese or started drawing. You can say the word I got into. This is a synonym. Or you can say I took up. Yeah, I took up dancing class. I took up drawing. I took up playing volleyball. So it means like started. Yeah. Second one, on average. It's a synonymous word like usual, or roughly, or approximately. You see, on average. It's clear for you, the meaning? On average.
Yes.
It means часто. Yes.
No. Это типа приблизительно, в среднем, да?
Okay.
So, I'm quite interested in drawing, or you can say I'm passionate about drawing, I keen on drawing, I really into drawing. Yeah, so we have several ways as synonyms how to say that you are interested in something. Yeah, for example, after watching this video, I'm quite interested in cooking because I can't cook. It's a new skill for me, and I'm passionate about starting in 2 hours or maybe 20 hours learning how to cook. Did you fix it?
Yes.
Okay, the third one is gaming. Yeah, so gaming the piano, music, or swimming. So this kind of like activities, scuba diving, surfing, photography, collecting, also all activities. Offline or online activities. Yeah, you can say, I surf the net or check out, look, or gaming. Pastime and free time, they are synonyms. So you can say, I have a pastime or I have a free time. Yeah. Or in my pastime, I prefer reading. In my free time, I prefer reading. Did you get the point? So keep fit, it's be active, to exercise, work out. Это все тренироваться, да? Вообще заниматься. Keep fit, work out. To unwind, it means release stress, chill out, relax. It's clear for you?
Mm-hmm.
Да, расслабиться, да? To unwind. To unwind. Enjoy the nature, get outdoors, get into nature. Ну, типа выходить в природу. Like to kick back. Like to kick back and read a book. So they are synonyms. Like to kick back. Ну, типа полежаться, read book. Hang out, hook up, catch up with my friends, socialize. They are synonyms. Like to fiddle around. У нас это слово было в видео. Fiddle around. Да? Знаете, как мы перевели fiddle around? I like to fiddle around. You remember? In the video we met this word. Fiddle around. Play with.
Заниматься чем-то.
Да, типа разбираться чем-то, играться чем-то, да? Вот это fiddle around больше как разбираться. I like to fiddle around. What I find mentally. What I find, типа, что я нашел для себя. Например, ментально трудным, mentally challenging. Или stimulating, entertaining, развлекающий. Interesting, rewarding, поощряющий. Fun, забавным, да? Мы начинаем с этой фразы. What I find. What I find mentally challenging. Или what I find stimulating. What I find entertaining. Yeah? Inspiring. Это вдохновляющий. Uplifting тоже, revitalizing тоже, feel alive тоже. Чувствует вдохновление, такой живой, да? Amazing, fascinating, забавный, adrenaline pumping, heart racing, energizing. It's clear for you?
Мгм.
Так, took up. Давайте теперь посмотрим, какой у него синоним или антоним. Took up – это что? Синоним. Вот здесь нам нужно сопоставить. Например, это play или это really into.
Got into.
Yeah, it's got into, да, чем-то интересоваться. Passionate about. Айдана, passionate about. Будет really into, да, то, что вы очень сильно заинтересовались. Keep fit. На языке.
Мгм.
Keep
Do
fit.
exercise.
Do
Do
exercise.
exercise.
Ага. Unwind. Айдана. Unwind. Синоним.
Get outdoors.
Relax. Да? Relax. Enjoy the nature. Синоним.
Get outdoors.
Ага. Hang out. Hang
Hang
out.
out. Uh, get outdoors, I think.
Нет,
Нет.
catch up. Catch up. Fiddle. Fiddle.
Play.
Play. Stimulating.
Energizing.
Energizing. No. Stimulating или entertaining, да, получается. Heart racing.
Energizing.
Energizing. Pastime.
Free time.
Free time. Хорошо. Так, попробуем ответить на эти вопросы. What is your hobby? Здесь у вас примерно есть шаблон, как вы можете ответить. I guess my favorite is playing. Та-та-та-та-та. Можете сказать там какой-то ответ и типа сказать причины. Угу. Sorry. Угу. Угу. Самец. Угу. Я сізге бүгін кетеді ол счет. Yeah. Okay, what's your hobby?
I think my hobby is listening to music. I like it because it's cool for relax and enjoying,
Угу.
and also it's good for socializing because I have a lot of friends with the same taste of music, and we discuss about the music or artists.
Угу. Угу.
That's
Got it,
all.
okay. Aidana, what's your hobby?
I think my favorite hobby is playing volleyball because I find it uh funny and very entertaining. It also helps me to keep fit.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So you didn't give any details, yeah? So you need to give more reasons. So keep fit, it's one. What else? What
Uh,
else?
Also, with volleyball, I can socialize
Mm-hmm.
with others and find new friends.
Mm-hmm. Got it. How much time do you spend on your hobbies?
I don't know, but I spend a lot of time because I listen music every day. And when I do some activity, when I do homeworks and preparing something like for the competition or something else.
Mm-hmm. So you do it. Why? Because it's gives you what balance, or I don't know, good mood.
Oh, I listen music because it's give me a good mood and it's good for relax.
Mm-hmm. Good relax between the work and play, yeah? So this kind of things, yeah, gives you
Yes.
the good mood. Mm-hmm. Got it. Aidan, how about you? How much time do you spend on your hobbies?
Um, I can tell a daily, but I spent to play volleyball um usually around 5-6 hours in a week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Why?
It helps me to relax and just do some activities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it helps you. Why 6, 7 hours? Because it helps you to, I don't know, shape your body, or it increases your professional level on playing. Yeah. So if you play more, it gives you kind of like a professional skills. Yeah, playing valuable. Okay. Um, what's the most popular hobbies in your country? So here you can do the contrast, like how it was in the past, how it's nowadays. Mm-hmm. Most
I
popular
think
hobbies.
I
Mm-hmm.
think for now most of the popular hobbies it's playing volleyball or basketball because now after school I see a lot of peoples and students who play this type of sports and they really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
From the past was so popular football, but now I think most students choose volleyball or basketball.
Mm-hmm. So here we say whereas, да? When we do the contrast nowadays in the past, we say whereas. В то время когда, whereas
Mhm.
in the past, football was popular type of sport, and most of the people playing in playgrounds, yeah, the football. Okay, what's your point of view, Aidana?
Um, I think the same. The most popular sports is I think like it because see how teenagers, the students play in the out outside this kind of
Mm-hmm.
maybe 5-10 years ago the most popular hobby it was a football
Mhm.
but not now.
Got it. So, is there any activity you wanted to do but never had a chance? Is there an activity you wanted but you never had a chance? For example, if I had the money, if I had a chance, I would try a motorsport or I don't know, this type of things. Mhm. Yeah.
If I had a chance and some money, I want to try car sports like Formula One.
Mhm.
I watched some episodes and it's so interesting, but I never tried because it needs a lot of money and also a lot of training from childhood. Um, that's all.
Mm. Got it. Okay. Aidana, how about you?
If I had more concentration, motivation, I would like to instruments like guitar, because I really like,
Mhm.
but I just
Mhm. Yeah, you just.
I don't know how to start, and I think I- I'll just show it because of my
Mhm. So here we say if situation, then result. So more concentration, you would like to play guitar, right? Did I get you right?
Mhm.
Okay. Так, did you keep a screenshot or write down the words from here, key vocabulary? Yeah?
Yes.
You'll send to the chat to the girls, right? Окей. Так, что еще? Здесь дополнительные vocabulary. Это что? Ну, типа music, history, art, arts, buff, да, мы называем. Ну, типа искусственные вещи, так называем, как синонимы. Интернет-джанки или serve the internet. Amateur photography — это означает любитель. Я фотограф-любитель, я писатель-любитель, фильммейкер-любитель — это amateur. Amateur football player, amateur basketball player, да, это все будет amateur. Not professional — это любитель, окей? Cinema goer or movie buff — это человек, который любит ходить в кинотеатры, вообще в кино, да? Buff. Once a blue moon — однажды, да, там. Distraction, fight boredom, recover, calming, on my bucket list. Ah, by the way, did you keep writing the bucket list? Like some experience you would like to try in your life? Bucket list. Do you have this
No.
type of thing? No? You know, can I show you the something? In one of our lessons, we will watch with you the one interesting film. Before, I would like to show you what is it bucket list. So the bucket list, most of the people, not this one, people make the bucket list. I don't know, this is a thing that they would like to try in their life. Yeah, until the end. They would like to try this experience. For example, what kind of things? maybe the travel, maybe the career, maybe the food they would like to try, maybe skills or hobbies they would like to learn. Yeah. So, for example, someone said, go bungee jumping. Someone who would like to road trip to Canada, visit 7 wonders of the world. You know about that, 7 wonders?
Мгм.
7 этих, как называется?
Yes, yeah.
Да. Visit New York City on iconic event, try skinny dipping, eat shark, да, съесть акулу в Айсланде. Ну, типа такие экспириенсы, которые человек хотел бы прожить в жизни. И вы прописываете, вот это и есть ваш bucket list. Это как называется, лист желаний, да, который вы хотели бы. For example, visit Tokyo, Japan, have a children, try kayaking, ride the gondola in Venice, да, set up the college, become debt-free, adopt fat, ну, типа разные, может быть, цели и желания, и вы можете вот так прописать себе bucket list. You see? And that maybe will be something kind of will be hobbies or something like that you would like to get something new. You got it? So this is we say the bucket list, on my bucket list. For example, you would like to, for a long time, to try to play on piano. This is on your bucket list. You can say, oh, in my bucket list, it's to learn to play on piano. If I have the time and enough concentration, I would start doing the piano because it gives me the calming and kind of like inspiring emotions that I handle it. I can do this one. It's really good feelings. Did you get the point?
Yes.
Окей, хорошо. На сегодня все. Мы сегодня работаем с вами час, потому что не полная группа. Цель была, чтобы мы могли рассказать, новые слова выучить и больше вот через вот развернутый ответ давать. Не просто там да, нет, а именно делать контраст прошлого, будущего и настоящего, чтобы вы могли давать if situations и reasons, да, давать больше вот такие reasons. Вот это мы должны были сегодня научиться. Надеюсь, мы с вами научились это, да, у вас получилось ответить. Ну и также новые слова из видео. И в целом понять, что мы можем с вами выучить любую вещь за 20 часов. Но мы договорились с вами начать первые 2 часа. Сделайте что-то, на следующем уроке со мной поделитесь. Так? Хорошо. Но я бы хотела бы дать вам еще одно задание. В нашем, если вы заметили на этом видео, he mentioned about the book about genius and outsiders. Have you heard about this one?
Yes.
Have you read this book?
No.
I suggest you to read this, not whole book. If you have a time, of course. If you don't have a time, I suggest you to read the general idea about this book. Very interesting book about genius and outsiders. You got it? If you have a time, I suggest you to listen the audiobook, which is maybe 20 minutes lasting. If you don't have a time, just read the summary of this book. Okay?
Okay.
It's clear for everyone, Aidana? It's clear for you?
Yes.
Okay. Can you write on the chat about this home task? Send the vocabulary and see you next time. Bye. And also your homework, you'll share your experience that you tried something new in 2 hours, right? You say what is it difficult, what was went well.